Chapter 61 Zhong Mo, You Are So Strong. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhong Mo and others were shocked when they saw Song Hongming's lost and confused expression. Zhong Mo rushed forward and asked with a puzzled look on his face, Mr. Song, what's wrong with you? Is the company bankrupt, or is your wife running away with someone else, or is she receiving a critical illness notice from the hospital? As the saying goes, if the old doesn't go away, the new won't come. I think you are in good health. You can borrow another 300 years from heaven. By the way, you didn't forget to take the prize money from today's game, right? That as he said this, he wiped Song Hongming's body with his hands. Deng Chao and others looked at his philistine and impatient expression. Instead of showing any disgust, they found it very interesting. Many celebrities in the entertainment industry wear various masks. It can be said that they speak human words when meeting people and ghosts when meeting ghosts. Even they are like this. Before every word they say, they have to think carefully for fear of offending others. There are really fewer and fewer people like Zhong Mo who dare to speak and act. Song Hongming's small eyes widened and he almost spit out a mouthful of old blood. Zhong Mo, can't you just hope for me? Or do you want to inherit my family property? Originally, he had invited a famous program host from Licheng to host the competition, but on a whim, he insisted on hosting it himself, hoping to appear approachable and affable. As a result, he thought about the beginning but not the end. Who made him meet Zhong Mo, a clear figure in the entertainment industry? Oh. Mr. Song, is this really okay? Zhong Mo deliberately put on an exaggerated face, and then turned into a little slave from ancient times. He bent down, patted the non-existent dust on the other person's body, and smiled flatteringly. Father, when are you going to do it? How about making a will? Don't worry, if the king of hell asks you to die at 3 o'clock, I'll send you there 2 o'clock in advance, and it's a one-way trip on the high-speed train. Pfft. Everyone in the Deng dynasty was amused by his funny performance and burst into laughter. Song Hongming was also dumbfounded by what he said. He pointed at him and shook his head repeatedly. Zhong Mo, everyone says you are a little fresh meat, but I can't see any little fresh meat in you. Damn you, just a scoundrel. Thank you, Godfather, for the compliment. Zhong Mo stood up straight, punched his chest lightly with his right fist, his eyes flashed with determination. I'll be happy if my adoptive father likes it, and if my adoptive father doesn't like it, I'll be laid off. As long as my adoptive father gives me an order, I can go up to the mountains of swords and down to the sea of fire. I will definitely push my adoptive father out. That's enough for you. Song Hongming was a little depressed just now, but now that Zhong Mo made him laugh, how could he still be unhappy at all? When you meet such a funny guy like Zhong Mo, you will never be unhappy. He patted Zhong Mo on the shoulder and asked them, I'm talking about you guys, you are all big stars. I, Song Hongming, am very happy to be able to participate in the couple passes 5 levels and kills 6 generals organized by me this time. I'm happy, but did you see that? Now everyone's attention is on you, and no one is watching the game. How can you let me go on with this game? Zhong Mo and the others raised their heads and looked at the other contestants, instantly confused. It turns out that the competition for the 20 contestants in the second group has ended, and now the contestants in the third group have begun, but everyone was beating up Xiaohang and the other 3, and no one paid any attention to them. These 20 people stood there alone, holding their own fried vegetables, with tears in their eyes, like abandoned kittens, looking helpless and pitiful. Ahem. Zhong Mo's face turned red when he thought that the whole thing was caused by him. He coughed twice in embarrassment and defended, well, you can't blame me for this. If they hadn't deliberately caused trouble for me and wanted to ruin my reputation, I could have used a trick. Deng Chao couldn't help but sigh. Anyone who offends Zhong Mo will be punished no matter how far away he is. That when everyone heard this, their eyes lit up and they all nodded, whether it's the gangster, Xiang Dong, or the trio of Qin Ziyu and Xiaohang, who hasn't fallen into Zhong Mo's hands. Zhang Yuqi patted Zhong Mo on the shoulder and praised, Zhong Mo, you are so strong. Sister Yuqi, when you say a man is very strong, can you indicate what aspect of him he is strong in? This will easily lead to daydreams and random thoughts. and I don't want your fans to send you kitchen knives, Zhong Mo defended helplessly. Zhong Mo, you are so bad, you even dare to tease your sister, damn it. Zhang Yuqi's pretty face turned slightly red, she gave him a charming roll of her eyes, and then pinched the soft flesh of his waist. Sister Yuqi, spare your life, I won't dare to do it again. If I say this again next time. Zhong Mo raised his hands in a gesture of surrender. So what if you say this again next time? Zhang Yuqi raised her head and looked at him provocatively. As a punishment, I can see this beautiful sister Yuqi every day, Zhong Mo replied righteously. Pfft. Zhang Yuqi was so teased by Zhong Mo that her branches trembled, and she covered her mouth and smiled sweetly. Bai Lu and Zhao Jingmai looked at Zhong Mo and Zhang Yuqi standing together, laughing and joking, rolling their eyes wildly, and their mouths full of sour jealousy. If it weren't for the inconvenient situation, they would definitely snatch Zhong Mo away to save him from messing around with women. It's too unsafe for men to be outside. Zhong Mo approached Yi Zixin and asked her to find someone to drag Xiao Heng and his group away to avoid affecting the progress of the game. Besides, the three of them had been beaten up by the crowd for 7 or 8 minutes. If they were beaten to death, that would be too easy for them, right? Yi Zixin was also afraid of causing death, so she led 7 or 8 criminal police officers to rush to the center of the crowd, rescued Xiao Heng and his group, who were covered in wounds, bruised and swollen, and whose clothes were tattered, and then sent them to the police station for further interrogation and investigation. As soon as this matter was handled, several special police and firefighters came over from not far away and saluted Zhong Mo. Whether it was subduing the wild boar and preventing it from continuing to harm Licheng, or Zhong Mo providing clues to the police and exposing the various shady dealings of the Animal Protection Association, they were all well-deserved heroes and deserved this salute, not to mention, for tasks like dealing with wild boars, they really didn't know how to start. If they were too heavy-handed, they would easily hurt the wild boar and be cursed by the people of the whole country. If they were too light-handed, they would not only fail to subdue the wild boar, but would easily hurt their own people. Zhong Mo made the wild boar crippled with just a few words, which really helped them a lot. Zhong Mo also hurriedly returned a salute to them, then walked to the second brother, squatted down, touched his head, and smiled and comforted him. Second brother, you have been out for so long, don't your parents, brothers, sisters and sisters worry about you? It's time to go home. How about you go home with these uncles now? Who knew that the second brother actually turned around, turned his butt towards Zhong Mo, and snorted unhappily. Chapter 62 You promised to help me find 10 wives. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Quack quack. Zhong Mo only felt a crow flying slowly above his head. He twitched his forehead lightly a few times, looked at everyone with an embarrassed look, and smiled. Well, the second senior brother likes to be with me, but now that we are suddenly separated, he is a little reluctant to leave. This is excusable and understandable. Bai Lu blinked twice and asked curiously, Zhong Mo, why do I feel that he despises you? Despise? Zhong Mo jumped up like a cat that had stepped on its tail, and replied sternly, how is this possible? I just met the second senior brother and almost chopped off the chicken head, burned the yellow paper, and became brothers. How could it despise me? Lu, how can you accuse someone of innocence out of thin air? But as soon as he said these words, the slap in the face came again. The second senior brother rolled his eyes fiercely at him. This time not only Bai Lu saw it, but everyone else saw it. Bai Lu also made a face at him, stuck out her sweet tongue, and then burst out laughing without any image. The others in the Deng dynasty were also amused by the expression of the second senior brother, and they couldn't close their mouths from ear to ear. Isn't this too cooperative? Even the cold and good girl Zhao Jingmai half opened her mouth and stared blankly at Zhong Mo and the second senior brother, somewhat dumbfounded. Zhong Mo's old face finally had no place to rest, and it was as red as a pig's liver. He angrily grabbed the big ear of the second senior brother, and shouted fiercely, Second senior brother, this is a bit too much. I just gave you a big apple, and you treat me like this? Someone, bring me the watermelon knife. I want to kill this second senior brother and make pig meat. The pig head and big ears can be braised, the pig trotters can be stewed, and the pig skin can be made into fragrant skin jelly. This piece of meat is just fat and lean enough to make sweet and sour pork loin and stir-fried pork. Here is the pork belly, which can be made into twice-cooked pork and braised pork. Meat, here is kidney, which can be made into stir-fried kidney, as well as pig whip, pig heart, pig lung, and pig liver. They are all very good. He pointed with his left hand at every part of the second senior brother's body and began to comment on them one by one. Hulyalu, that the second senior brother saw Zhong Mo salivating and drooling, and was so frightened that he almost peed. I treat my eldest brother like my first love, but he has abused me thousands of times. Zhong Mo moved his face closer, opened his mouth, and showed a sinister smile. Second senior brother, which part of you do you think I should eat first? How about stewing your 4 pigs trotters first? In the worst case, I'll share. You alone. The second senior brother immediately felt the coldness of the 4 pigs trotters and couldn't help but shiver. Hulyalu, that the second senior brother struggled desperately, trying to break free from the big devil Zhong Mo. But in the eyes of a strong man like Zhong Mo, its struggle is like a little girl about to be ravaged. Apart from stimulating the man's desire to conquer, it has no effect at all. Wild boar, it's not that I don't want to leave, it's that you promised to find me 10 wives, but you haven't fulfilled it yet. Wild boar, oh, bullying the pigs. Zhong Mo. This, I really forgot. Zhong Mo smiled coquettishly, quickly let go of second senior brother's big ears, patted the pig's head gently, and said very awkwardly, second senior brother, you said that as an outstanding wild boar in the new era, how can you only think about the lower body every day? Why do you make trouble instead of pursuing your career? Don't you know that the wild boars who are engaged in career are the most handsome? Hulyalu, that the second senior brother rolled his eyes at him again, I am the most handsome cub in the wild boar world, and you want me to start a career? Are you sure you're not kidding? Zhong Mo twitched the corner of his mouth, kicked its big butt, and then smiled sheepishly at the criminal police, special police, and firefighters at the scene. Several of you, I promised to fool the second senior brother before. It would be nice to find 10 wives for it, but it hasn't been fulfilled yet, so it chooses non-violence and non-cooperation. You won't leave until you find a wife. This wild boar is so awesome. No wonder the wild boar just gave this little brother a big look. He must keep his word when he promises something. Can the second senior brother's body and bones be able to bear 10 wives? Second senior brother is indeed a role model among male animals. I envy him. That the people watching nearby burst into laughter and started laughing. Yi Zixin and the others were instantly dumbfounded. You won't leave until you find 10 sows. It's already past 6 in the afternoon. Where can I find 10 sows for you? Yi Zixin's face was slightly red. She didn't know what she was thinking of. She glared at Zhong Mo several times and said angrily, Zhong Mo, you just promised us to get rid of this wild boar, so you must keep your word and do what you say. Officer Yi, can't you go so far? I'm not Doraemon. I can conjure 10 sows for him. Zhong Mo rolled his eyes angrily and said with contempt. Who asked you to agree to it casually? Aren't you afraid of tiring it out for 10 sows? Yi Zixin felt even more contemptuous in her heart. Men really all have the same virtue. The red flag does not fall down at home, but the colorful flags flutter outside. Isn't it to stimulate its fighting spirit? Besides, I don't have a wife, so how do I know if I can do it 10 at a time? I was going to say 20 at the time, but after thinking about it, I forgot about it. Besides, I'm not from Licheng. I don't know where there is a pig farm here, so I'm going to rely on you. Zhong Mo spread his hands, showing a helpless look. I. Yi Zixin rolled her eyes when she heard this. Listen to what you said. It seems that our criminal police, special police, and firefighters have nothing to do every day, and they are just looking for wives for wild boars. But looking at the second brother with his head held high, his butt sticking out, and his face as if a dead pig is not afraid of boiling water, his mouth twitched, it is true that birds of a feather flock together. She has seen the shadow of Zhong Mo in the second brother. The same shamelessness, the same rogue. But this matter must be resolved, it can't be dragged on. Besides, it is easier to find 10 sows for the wild boar than a group of people to subdue the wild boar, right? A dozen of them gathered together, and after a simple discussion, they decided to send the second brother to a pig farm in the western suburbs, and then send him back to Mountley after he was satisfied. However, someone must supervise the whole process to prevent him from running to the road again and causing social chaos. Yi Zixin told Zhong Mo their opinions, and the latter naturally agreed with both hands. The second brother knew that he was going to a pig farm, where there were not 10 sows, but hundreds of sows. He immediately shouted excitedly, and then left with the firefighters and special police without even looking at Zhong Mo. On one side was the heroic and handsome elder brother, and on the other side was the beautiful and round sow. Who to choose? Need I say this? Yi Zixin originally wanted to ask Zhong Mo how he knew so many shady things about the Animal Protection Association, but thinking that there were so many people here, she could only say goodbye to Zhong Mo first and talk about this issue later. Also, this time Li Qing cracked this nationwide fraud case, and the entire police station must be very busy. How could I slack off? Zhong Mo couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when he saw that the second brother finally left. There is always a wild boar following him, so he doesn't care about his face. Ding! The host exposed the scammers and made them suffer inhumane torture both physically and mentally. Reward, Spirit +5 and a silver treasure chest. The host is great, keep it up. At this moment, the familiar system prompt sounded in Zhong Mo's mind. Chapter 63 Zhao Jingmai swore sovereignty. You are listening at novelfull.audio. F***CK, I'll give you 10,000 shit. This means that life is precious, and the eldest brother is more expensive. If it's a sow, both can be thrown away. Just now I saw Brother Zhong and Brother Zhu talking to each other, working together to deal with that. The three beasts were still very envious, but in the blink of an eye, the boat of friendship capsized. It's not that I don't want to leave, it's just that you haven't fulfilled your promise to me yet. Oops, I can't, my stomach hurts from laughing. Brother Zhong, does this count as cheating? Doesn't your conscience hurt when you deceive a kind and pitiful wild boar? I discriminate against you, despise you, laugh at you, quack quack. Zhong Mo, didn't you expect that? You will also capsize one day. I will sing today is a good day for everyone today. I think the story of Brother Zhong and Brother Zhu can be made into a movie, called The Love and Hate of Brother Zhong and Brother Zhu, and the box office will definitely exceed 1 billion. Such a wonderful movie, I wholeheartedly support it. Support +1. Support plus. The millions of fans in the live broadcast room looked at Zhong Mo's confused look and burst into laughter. Each one of them made a happy barrage, and his popularity once again reached a small peak. Director's room. This. While watching the live broadcast, Zhao Kuang was dumbfounded and stammered, Director Song, isn't this wild boar too snobbish? I just promised to find 10 sows for it, and then turned around and left immediately. Is there such a thing as a wife? The feeling of being thrown over the wall. Ha ha ha. Song Min burst into laughter. Zhong Mo, do you have this day too? You said today is the first day of broadcasting. How much did you scare me? I almost lost my mind and my blood pressure rose. Does this count? Tit for tat. God has eyes. Xiao, all the crew members who have no work at hand will go to the hotel for dinner in a while, order a few more dishes, and order 2 more bottles of wine. Well, let's celebrate Zhong Mo's abandonment by the wild boar, and the whole country will celebrate together and share the prosperous times. Zhao Kuang. Even if Zhong Mo is abandoned by a wild boar, you don't have to rejoice so much, right? But why am I so happy? On site. Popularity value +2, popularity value +4, popularity value +5. System notifications kept ringing in Zhong Mo's mind. He didn't expect that a very ordinary thing could win so much popularity. It seems that the majority of water friends are still very helpful. But then, his brain felt clear and he was smarter than before. He now has a total of 2 silver treasure chests, which have not been opened yet, and he is still a little eager to try them. Open the first silver treasure chest. Hey, the host gains proficiency level projection skills. PS, projection skill, the host can project mission items to any specified range. The higher the level, the higher the accuracy. Projection skills. What's the use? Zhong Mo blinked, feeling that this skill was somewhat useless. However, if you have many skills and don't overwhelm yourself, who can guarantee that you won't need them in the future? Open the second silver treasure chest. Hey, the host gets a primary god-destroying card. PS, the primary god-destroying card, if you set a goal and it will fall to the end within 10 minutes, even if the Jade Emperor and his third uncle come, you will not be able to stop it. It will not threaten your life, but please use it with caution. Hiss. Zhong Mo couldn't help but take a breath of air. Special cards appear again. Isn't such an awesome card tailor-made for those of my opponents? Poor opponents, tremble. Quack quack. Zhong Mo, don't be sad. Second senior brother is just tired of playing here and wants to go somewhere else. At this time, Bai Lu walked to him and comforted him softly. She saw Zhong Mo standing here blankly, staring straight ahead, thinking that he had been abandoned by the wild boar and was feeling sad alone. Zhong Mo came back to his senses quickly and saw her face full of worry, and then deliberately said angrily, "This second brother, who is so unscrupulous, if I catch him next time, I will castrate him as soon as possible, and then get a dozen more sows and suffocate them to death." Zhong Mo, you are really shameless. Bai Lu's beautiful eyes widened, and it took a long time before she said this. This is simply Amo Mum Pig Heart. Zhao Jingmai bit her lip gently, mustered up her courage, walked to Zhong Mo, and whispered, "Zhong Mo, you were very brave just now. On behalf of those stray animals, I thank you for your help." After saying this, she raised her head and stared at Zhong Mo fearlessly with a pair of watery eyes, mixed with a bit of love. That's right. At this moment, she was really attracted to Zhong Mo. A man who was willing to stand up for those little animals at all costs must have a very good character. Coupled with his wonderful performances in front of him, her heart was moved. He has a marriage certificate in his hand, and she is Zhong Mo's fiancée. Why should he act submissive and sneaky when facing Bai Lu, like a mistress who is having an affair? You must defend your rights and status as your first wife. Bai Lu's face suddenly changed, and she turned a few shades pale in an instant. Zhao Jingmai and Zhong Mo had been away for a few minutes just now, and they had no idea what they said. Now with a woman's sixth sense, there must be something between these two people. Zhong Mo only felt his scalp was a little numb and couldn't help but swallow. Zhao Jingmai has always been cool. No matter what happens, she can't mess up her mind. But now she seems to be stimulated by something and looks at me with fiery eyes. What does this chick want to do? Actually, I just did what I should do. Who knew that Zhao Jingmai actually made a very bold move? She opened her arms, hugged Zhong Mo gently, and put her head on his chest, and said in a very low voice, "Fiancé, our two families still have a marriage contract. You can't cheat on me and mess around with other women, okay?" She let go of him without waiting for Zhong Mo to react, and her little face was still cool. "I just want to thank you for helping with those little moves. I hope you will keep up the good work and don't let me down." Boom! Zhong Mo felt his brain exploded instantly, opened his mouth, and didn't know what to say. What does this Zhao Jingmai want to do? Challenge Bai Lu. Announce her status as the main wife. Men shouldn't behave too well outside, it's easy for women to think about them. Bai Lu's face turned pale, her pupils shrank, and she half opened her mouth as she looked at Zhong Mo and Zhao Jingmai. She suddenly felt that she was a little redundant. A song suddenly rang in her mind. "I shouldn't be here, I should be under the car. Mr. Song, I suddenly feel a little uncomfortable and want to withdraw from this competition." Suddenly, Zhou Mandi raised her right hand and shouted to Song Hongming. Chapter 64. I suddenly woke up from my dream and found that I was the clown. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The things between Zhong Mo, Bai Lu, and Zhao Jingmai did not attract much attention. but Zhou Mandy deliberately raised her voice, which immediately made countless people turn their attention to them. Song Hongming was slightly stunned, and said in surprise, "Quit this competition. Your other half is. He glanced at the crowd around him, trying to find Qin Ziyu. This competition is couples pass 5 levels and kill 6 generals, that is, no matter whether the two people are really lovers, they must be a combination of one man and one woman. If one of them quits the competition, the other cannot continue to participate in the competition." Qin Ziyu just wanted to use the strong appeal and public opinion pressure of the Animal Protection Association to completely defeat Zhong Mo and make himself the first brother of Jieli, but he didn't want to stand on the wrong side. After the true face of the Animal Protection Association was exposed, it became a rat crossing the street, and everyone shouted and beat him, and he naturally became a target. He was afraid of being reprimanded and criticized by Deng Chao and others, so he deliberately hid in the crowd, wanting to finish this competition as soon as possible, and then hide from these people and honestly finish this variety show. Wait until everything is calm, and then come back, but he never expected that Zhou Mandy would stab him in the back at the critical moment. "What should I do if you quit the competition? I still want to participate in the entire competition, win tens of thousands of bonuses, and regain some popularity." He could only bite the bullet and walk out of the crowd, his face livid, and said in a muffled voice, "Mandy, that, although you are a little uncomfortable, can you hold on for a while? We will soon reach the last level." "No." Zhou Mandy didn't even look at him and answered very straightforwardly, "Why did she quit the competition?" "Just don't want to form a CP with Qin Ziyu. Although she and Qin Ziyu are temporary lovers, it is easy for them to be formed into a CP by the majority of water friends. In the past, she didn't mind taking advantage of Qin Ziyu's traffic and improving her status, but when she found Zhong Mo, this treasure boy, she instantly felt that Qin Ziyu was a pile of freshly baked stinky shit. I feel sick just looking at him, and we are still going to compete together. Isn't this driving people crazy?" She actually hopes that Bai Lu will suddenly feel unwell, so that she can form a temporary couple with Zhong Mo. Qin Ziyu's eyes widened, and he almost blurted out a word of MMP. He could tell from Zhou Mandy's contemptuous look that the other party was not unwell, but did not want to team up with him. What can he do? What else can he do? "Since you are not feeling well, forget it, I will also withdraw." Qin Ziyu angrily shook his sleeves, and his body was shaking with anger. He was originally going to shine in this game, punching Zhong Mo and Deng Chao, kicking Chen He and Wu Jin, and letting millions of fans see his true strength, but he was pitted by his teammates. Is this what it means to kill the thief with a heart but unable to save the situation? "Mr. Song, I am also a little unwell and want to withdraw from the game." That who knew that Zhao Jingmai also raised his right hand and said with a firm attitude. "Ah. You are too withdrawing." Song Hongming was completely dumbfounded. It's not surprising that Zhou Mandy withdrew from the competition, but 2 female stars withdrew from the competition. "Is there any curse on this competition organized by me?" "Yes, I hope you can agree." Zhao Jingmai nodded vigorously without any hesitation. Although Zhong Mo is a little fickle and not very loyal to love, as Zhong Mo's wife, how can she have physical contact with other men in front of him? Isn't this condemning her conscience? Even if they are fake lovers, it's not okay. She turned her head and said to Wu Jin with an apologetic face, "Brother Wu, I'm really sorry." That Wu Jin never dreamed that things would turn out like this. He still wanted to compete with Zhong Mo in the competition to see who is the strongest. What can he do? He can't turn against Zhao Jingmai for a harmless game, right? He could only pull the corners of his mouth and smile bitterly. "It doesn't matter, your health is the most important." Qin Ziyu instantly felt like drinking a bowl of iced sour plum soup in the dog days of summer, and he felt indescribably comfortable all over his body. If I was the only one who was cheated, I would definitely feel uncomfortable, but if Wu Jin was also cheated, I would feel more balanced. "Brother Wu, don't be sad, I'm with you. We will face it together." Qin Ziyu walked up to Wu Jin and comforted him hypocritically, but before Wu Jin could speak, Zhou Mandy suddenly blinked and said, "Brother Wu, are you alone now?" "I am also alone. I suddenly feel better. Do you want us to form a team?" Boom! Qin Ziyu stood there blankly, like a statue, with his right hand raised, and posing as if he was about to pat Wu Jin on the shoulder. suddenly I woke up from my dream, and the clown turned out to be me. Wu Jin's eyes suddenly lit up, and he nodded quickly. Of course there is no problem, that he has been married for 2 years, his marriage is happy, and the couple loves each other, and there has been no scandal at all. The reason why I found Zhao Jingmai this time was purely to participate in this competition and earn some bonuses. To put it bluntly, it doesn't matter which girl I team up with. Zhou Mandi quickly ran to Wu Jin, bowed to him, and said sincerely, "Brother Wu, I will work hard and try not to hold you back. Let's challenge the next few levels together." That she also had some feelings for Zhong Mo, but facing the strong pressure from Bai Lu, Zhao Jingmai and Zhang Yuqi, she really had no chance of winning. It would be better to save the country in a roundabout way, first through her own efforts in all aspects, to gain Zhong Mo's favor, and then slowly develop. Let's work hard together. But when Wu Jin said this, his voice was a little excited. I thought I had no chance to participate in this game, but who knew that there would be a sudden turn of events and a bright future. I can continue to compete with Zhong Mo. Qin Ziyu came back to his senses, looked at Zhou Mandi with a happy face, and was so angry that his teeth itched. He turned around angrily and walked into the crowd. Bai Lu soon realized that something was wrong. Zhou Mandi withdrew from the game because she didn't want to team up with Qin Ziyu. Because Qin Ziyu's character was too bad, it made people sick to watch. Did Zhao Jingmai withdraw from the game because he didn't want to team up with Wu Jin? It can be said that Wu Jin's performance just now was remarkable and worthy of praise. Bai Lu thought of the look Zhao Jingmai had just given Zhong Mo, and suddenly realized it. Avoid suspicion. For Zhong Mo, Zhao Jingmai refused to team up with Wu Jin. Isn't this a huge sacrifice? Her face was ugly. She turned her back to the camera, gritted her teeth, and asked Zhong Mo in a low voice, "Damn Zhong Mo, what is your relationship with Zhao Jingmai? Is she your new girlfriend in the past 2 years? You actually lied to me." Speaking of this, her eyes were red, and a few tears rolled in her eyes. For him, I have never found a boyfriend. But what about him? Lu, I can swear to God that this is the first time I see her. Zhong Mo didn't expect Zhao Jingmai to be so cruel, and he was not afraid of offending Wu Jin, and was shocked. Then you. Bai Lu was completely confused. Let a woman pay so much for the first meeting? Is the charm of her man a little scary? Chapter 65 Intelligence Competition. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuck me, why am I confused? Zhao Jingmai and Zhou Mandi are feeling unwell at the same time and want to withdraw from the game at the same time. Is it true that they are feeling unwell, or are there other reasons? Zhao Jingmai doesn't know. Zhou Mandi definitely doesn't want to team up with Qin Ziyu. It's not like you haven't seen Qin Ziyu's performance just now. It's really disgusting and fucking open the door for disgusting. It's so disgusting. It can be seen from this incident that Zhou Mandi's 3 views are quite correct. He knows that those who are close to red are red, and those who are close to ink are black. Didn't you notice? Just now Zhao Jingmai gave Brother Zhong a big hug, saying she was thanking him for saving those animals, but I always felt that there was something wrong with the way she looked at Brother Zhong. Mai would not like Brother Zhong, right? How is this possible? I have never heard of any contact between Brother Zhong and Mai. Actually, we, Ziyu Jejij, are also victims. How did he know that the Animal Protection Association is a group of liars? As the saying goes, he who doesn't know is not an exaggeration. You people are going too far. That's right, they just envy Ziyu's pigeons and steamed shrimp heads. Where did these 2 things come from? Are they talking for that bitch Qin Ziyu? They are cheating, framed, and talking nonsense. Everyone already shares the same hatred, and you still want to help him clear his name. Where is his face? Countless water friends in the live broadcast room started all kinds of speculations. Even if there were 2 or 3 fans of Qin Ziyu who wanted to help him clear his name, they were sprayed by more water friends. In the end, they shivered and hid in the corner to complain. Start crying. On sight. Song Hongming thought that both groups of star teams would withdraw from the competition, so his losses would be too great. Fine. One group has withdrawn from the competition, and there are still 4 groups left. It's completely settled. He also knew that the 51 couples participating in the competition were real or fake, so what happened? It is just a competition with a lively atmosphere to promote Yida Plaza. As long as everyone has fun, what does it matter if it is true or false? Soon, the third group of contestants had fried the dishes and began to serve them to the audience, accepting everyone's comments. The first level of the cooking competition was relatively simple, with many contestants passing, but 6 groups of contestants still received negative reviews. No way. Some of them put too much salt, and the stir-fried vegetables were salter than pickles. Some wanted to stir-fry 3 delicacies, but failed to control the heat. Eggplants, potatoes, and green peppers all turned black, and there was a lot of sugar in it, and it looked like a dark dish. Not to mention eating it, just looking at it made me want to vomit. The other groups of contestants didn't fry the dishes at all. In this situation, no one can help them even if they want to. Song Hongming kept his promise and immediately asked several etiquette ladies to take out several stacks of $100 bills and distribute them to the 45 winning groups of contestants, fulfilling his previous promise. After doing this, he held the microphone in his right hand and walked to the temporary stage with a bright smile on his face. To all the young and old men present, we will proceed to the second level, the couples intelligence competition. Enter the card. As soon as he finished speaking, 10 hostesses wearing cheongsams came out from behind the stage. They were about 20 years old, young and beautiful. They handed out several sets of thick cards to the 45 groups of contestants. There are 50 cards in each set, marked with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Each number represents an item. You have 2 minutes now to memorize all the items represented by the numbers above. I will ask questions one by one in a moment. Each person has 10 questions. If you answer 6 correctly, you will be considered a pass. The clock starts now. As he finished speaking, the 45 groups of contestants all hurriedly lowered their heads and silently memorized the cards in their hands. Zhong Mo's mental strength has reached 64, which is 4 points higher than the standard value. For him, memorizing 50 cards in 2 minutes is a piece of cake and effortless. He flipped through the cards very quickly, as if he were just looking at the flowers on horseback. It only took him a minute to memorize them all, and then he handed all the cards to Bai Lu, who was standing aside, and rolled his eyes at the latter. Memorize 50 cards in 1 minute? How is it possible? Do you think you are the strongest brain? Well, who makes him the man she likes? What else can you do besides pampering her? The first level is cooking skills, and the second level is memory. I think this level is very difficult. Yeah, it takes 2 minutes to memorize 50 cards. If it were me, I definitely wouldn't be able to remember it. The second level is so difficult, I still don't know what the next 3 levels will be like. I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to see how many people make it to the last level. That the thousands of people at the scene couldn't help but whisper. They didn't dare to make too loud a sound for fear of disturbing the contestants. 2 minutes passed quickly. Song Hongming immediately asked the 10 etiquette ladies just now to take away all the cards to prevent the contestants who answered the questions later from having more time to recite, making the competition unfair. Really? His decision made the scene full of complaints, and many people secretly scolded Song Hongming for being cunning. Song Hongming didn't care at all about everyone's resentful looks, but looked at Zhong Mo and the others happily. Guys, as big stars, you often film, so your memory should be good, right? How about you come first? Zhong Mo and the other 8 looked at each other for a few times, and finally decided to decide the order through rock, paper, scissors. Result. Wu Jin and Zhou Mandy ranked first, Chen He and Baby ranked second, Deng Chao and Zhang Yuqi ranked third, and Zhong Mo and Bai Lu ranked fourth. Wu Jin did not look nervous at all, but nodded confidently to the others. Ladies and gentlemen, Mandy and I will just throw out some ideas, and hope that everyone can pass this level. Come on, Wu, come on, Mandy. You will definitely pass. We support you spiritually. That without Qin Ziyu, the troublemaker. Everyone seemed very united, and everyone cheered them up. Song Hongming watched Wu Jin and Zhou Mandi walk onto the stage, with a sinister smile on his face. I'm sorry, you too. I forgot to say that you only have 10 seconds to answer each question. Once you exceed this time, you will fail. After saying this, he took out a piece of paper in his left hand and a stopwatch in his right hand. Wu Jin and Zhou Mandi's faces changed drastically. After all, Wu Jin was born as an actor and often memorized lines, so his memory must be strong. Zhou Mandi was born as a singer and often memorized lyrics. She also received various training as an actor. Even if her memory is not as good as Wu Jin's, it will not be much worse. If they are given enough time, they can definitely answer all the questions correctly, but now there is a time limit. The difficulty has increased a lot instantly. Wu Jin frowned slightly at first, and then relaxed. He glanced at Zhou Mandi. Even if the difficulty increases, we will go all out and will never give up easily. Zhou Mandi also nodded desperately. Yes, we will win. I hope you can pass it smoothly. Now the time starts. Song Hongming raised his voice and said loudly. Chapter 66 Is the black and white CP going to fall apart? You are listening at novelfull.audio. What is 5? Sofa. What is 10? Double bed. What is 15? Banana. The contents of these cards can be said to be all kinds of strange, including furniture, home appliances, food, snacks, historical figures, etc., and they are all messed up. It is not difficult to remember them all. Song Hongming asked 3 questions in a row, all of which were answered easily by Zhou Mandi. This was also Wu Jin's deliberate opportunity to give her a performance. Song Hongming blinked and then smiled sinisterly. What is 36? 36. Yes, yes. Zhou Mandi didn't expect the span to be so big, and suddenly became a little flustered, and stammered, yes, Zhao Kuangyin. No, 36 is Tyrannosaurus Rex, 37 is Zhao Kuangyin. Wu Jin next to her quickly corrected her. Oh, I'm sorry, I remembered it wrong. Zhou Mandi spit out her sweet tongue and was very embarrassed. You've done a great job, let's keep up the good work. Wu Jin made a cheering gesture towards her. Zhou Mandi nodded vigorously. What is 24? Agatha Christie. What is 29? Ginseng fruit. Wu Jin and Zhou Mandi worked well together, answering 8 of the 10 questions correctly and only 2 incorrectly, but even so, he still won thunderous applause from countless people at the scene. Being the first one to go on stage will do more harm than good and put you under a lot of pressure. And unlike the contestants behind you, you still have a lot of buffering time. This made Qin Ziyu, who was hiding in the crowd, feel unspeakably jealous, and looked at Zhou Mandi with a bit more hatred in his eyes. If it weren't for this snobbish and shameless woman who adapts to the situation, I should be the one standing on the stage and receiving everyone's cheers. The second group is Chen He and Baby. They also performed well, but they answered 7 questions correctly. The third group was Deng Chao and Zhang Yuqi, but something unexpected happened. The answers to the first 4 questions were all correct, but starting from the 5th question, Deng Chao and Zhang Yuqi almost got into a fight because of different answers. However, after Zhang Yuqi punched Deng Chao in the chest a few times and pulled his ears a few times, he was completely cowed. Competition is a small matter, but life is a big matter. It's not worth risking your life just for a game. Who made me have to find Zhang Yuqi, my aunt, to pretend to be a couple? However, Zhang Yuqi's performance was not too bad. She happened to answer 2 questions correctly later and barely passed the test. This made Deng Chao finally feel relieved. If he was kicked down in the 2nd level, where would he put his old face? Lu, have you seen Sister Yuqi touching Brother Deng? The influence is too bad and it's easy to lose fans, so let's have a talk and don't touch her, okay? After all, men and women don't get close to each other. It would be bad if everyone misunderstood. Zhong Mo watched Deng Chao walking off the stage while rubbing his red ears, and ordered with lingering fear. He also secretly covered his ears with both hands for fear of being poisoned by Bai Lu. Zhong Mo, have you seen it? It's us women who can turn the tide at the critical moment. Humph, just watch it. With me here, I will definitely let you get through it lying down. Bai Lu deliberately put her hands on her hips and held her head high, like a winning rooster. In fact, a few of them had already seen it. It's not that Deng Chao and Zhang Yuqi couldn't answer, but they deliberately created the program's effect to increase appreciation. After all, what's the point of answering questions dryly? Besides, as long as you can pass the test, what's the difference between answering 6 questions correctly and answering 10 questions correctly? Live broadcast room. Holy shit, this kind of card is too rich in content, isn't it? Even the names of Agatha Christie, Tang Gaozong Li Ji, and Jackson are all included in it. If it were me, let alone 2 minutes, it would be 5. I can't remember even a minute. As expected of the second level, the difficulty was immediately upgraded from easy mode to hell mode. I estimate that at least half of the people passed it this time. Why am I so excited when I see them being tortured one by one? I just want to know, can the black and white CP successfully pass the level this time? I feel a little hung up. Just now, Brother Zhong only looked at it for a minute and handed all the cards to Lu Bao. It's obvious that he has given up. I also find it quite annoying. After all, Brother Zhong takes a strong and mighty approach, and memory seems not to be his strong point. It's okay. Even if Zhong Ge pulls his crotch, isn't there Lu Bao? Lu Bao is an actor. Memorizing 50 cards is not the same as playing. As a loyal fan of black and white CP, I support them mentally and physically. Countless water friends have posted barrages, and their interest in this kind of competition that tests memory has instantly increased. However, everyone does not have much hope for Zhong Mo, but instead places their hope on Bai Lu, director's room. Xiao Zhao, there are 50 cards. How long will it take for you to memorize them all? Song Min held the water glass in both hands, staring at the phone with her eyes, and asked slowly. Director Song, although I have not seen the content of this card, from the answers given by Deng Chao and others, I can see that there is a lot of content, including fruits and vegetables, furniture and appliances, historical figures, country names, etc., and they are all scrambled. If you want to memorize them all, it will take at least 3 to 5 minutes for an ordinary person who has not been trained. Zhao Kuang thought about it and gave a more reliable answer. But Zhong Mo only watched it for 1 minute, and he watched it very quickly, as if he was just watching it in a hurry. Song Min turned his head, his eyes slowly fell on him, and asked, "Do you think he remembered everything?" How is this possible? 1 minute, Zhao Kuang's face changed drastically, and he cried out, "Didn't he give up completely?" Zhong Mo is a bit weird, just wait and see. Song Min showed a weird smile at the corner of his mouth, on the scene. Popularity +2, popularity +3, popularity +2. Zhong Mo listened to the system prompt sound in his mind again, and his mouth curled up slightly. Are the vast number of water friends too powerful now? I don't seem to have done anything. Song Hongming stared at Zhong Mo with his eyes, and a sinister and evil smile appeared on his chubby face. Didn't you rush in on a wild boar? Didn't you join forces with the wild boar to threaten me? Didn't you steal my limelight just now? Now that you are in my hands, I, Song Hongming, must let you know what it means to be unable to live or die. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Song, are you okay? Zhong Mo saw Song Hongming staring at him with his eyes and drooling, and couldn't help shivering. This guy doesn't like men, does he? Song Hongming came back to his senses, wiped his saliva gently, and smiled. Start the countdown. What is 46? What? Bai Lu was slightly stunned, her mind was blank, and she was stunned. Chapter 67 Super Thanos. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's not that Bai Lu's memory is bad, but Song Hongming's trick is too insidious, because when Song Hongming asked Deng Chao and the others questions, he started with the first few numbers and slowly developed to the back, giving them a gradual adaptation process, but when he asked Zhong Mo and Bai Lu questions, he asked them in reverse order, which instantly increased the difficulty. It is not an easy task to remember 50 cards in 2 minutes, so many people remember the first 20 or 30 numbers relatively clearly, and the numbers behind are much more vague and easy to remember wrong. If Bai Lu can't answer the first question, it is easy to be flustered and overly nervous. causing the numbers remembered in the front to be forgotten in an instant, and the last one can't be answered. I. Bai Lu was sweating profusely, and her little face was pale, without a trace of blood. If it was the first 35 numbers, she would definitely remember them 100%, but because of the time constraints, she only glanced at the last 15 numbers and didn't remember them clearly. The countdown begins. Song Hongming showed a ferocious smile on his face and said word by word. You, wait a moment, I'll figure it out soon. 46 is, what does 46 come from? Four-door wardrobe, no. LCD TV? No. When Bai Lu heard the word countdown, she was so nervous that she trembled when she spoke. Compared to being scolded by the director for acting, she felt even more embarrassed at this moment. After all, Zhong Mo performed so well today, and she finally found an opportunity to perform, but she couldn't even answer the first question. How would Zhong Mo see her? How would others see her? Would they regard her as a useless face? Not to mention, there was also Zhao Jingmai, who was eyeing her and whose fame was no worse than hers. This made her more and more anxious, and the more anxious she was, the more confused she became, and she couldn't think of it anymore. Thomas Jefferson. Just when the countdown was about to end, Zhong Mo gently held Bai Lu's white and smooth little hand, gave her a reassuring look, and then spoke. Ah. You can answer it. Song Hongming half opened his mouth and said in surprise. He deliberately added a few complicated names in the 50 cards, just to eliminate a quarter to a third of the contestants, so that it would be competitive and entertaining. If all the contestants passed the test, what's the point? But he didn't expect to kick Zhong Mo's iron plate. Oh, no. This is no longer an iron plate. This is a half-meter thick steel plate. My feet felt a burst of pain. Zhong Mo put his hands in his trouser pockets, with a bright smile on his face. The third president of the United States. Bai Lu's big watery eyes widened, her mouth opened, and she stammered in disbelief. Zhong Mo, you didn't remember all of it? How is this possible? That she just took 2 minutes to remember it, but Zhong Mo only looked at it for 1 minute. Is it because her memory is too poor, or is his memory too fast? Is this difficult? Zhong Mo tilted his head and asked back. Bai Lu blinked, then kicked him hard, and said angrily, I thought you didn't remember it at all. You scared me to death. Then I order you to answer all the next 9 questions correctly, and don't embarrass our black and white CP. Yes, my queen. For the variety show effect, Zhong Mo deliberately put his right hand on his chest and saluted like a European knight. Geese. Bai Lu laughed at his exaggerated movements and expressions. The tension, panic, and inferiority just now disappeared in an instant. With Zhong Mo, there is no need to worry about failure. Because he is invincible. Song Hongming looked at the two of them laughing and giggling, and the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. Zhong Mo, do you want to answer all 10 questions correctly? Have you asked me? This time, Song Hongming, will let you know what Waterloo is. Then I'm really waiting to see. Zhong Mo looked relaxed, not nervous at all. What is 41? Durian. What is 37? Mandela. What is 31? Flush toilet. What is 45? Salak. Song Hongming asked very quickly, but Zhong Mo answered even faster, almost without thinking, blurting out the answer. In less than half a minute, Zhong Mo had answered all the remaining 9 questions, and all of them were correct. Wow! The whole audience was in an uproar. This guy's memory is too scary, isn't it? It's just like the one in the super brain. This guy is strong, has a strong sense of justice, can tame wild boars, and has such a good memory. He and my granddaughter are really a perfect match. I will quickly leave him a phone number. Let them meet first. Maybe I will have a grandchild next year. You are not awake yet, are you? He is a big star, how can he like your granddaughter? Don't you see that the girlfriends next to him are more beautiful than each other? Compared with them, your granddaughter is far behind. What's wrong with my granddaughter? My granddaughter graduated with a doctorate. can transfer more than 30,000 yuan a month, and is prettier than them. Well, father-in-law, what do you think of me? I'm young and handsome, I have a good waist, and I can marry into your family. Get lost. Countless audiences at the scene started to discuss, and their eyes looked at Zhong Mo with a little more burning, especially the grandparents who had granddaughters at home, who wanted to rush onto the stage and snatch Zhong Mo away to be their grandson-in-law or grandson-in-law. If every man in China was as good as him, would he still worry about not being able to find a wife? I'm afraid that they will be snatched away by countless beauties as soon as they go out. Song Hongming still wanted to kill Zhong Mo's prestige and let him be more obedient and stop thinking about stealing his limelight, but he didn't expect that the other party was a Thanos who could easily get through any challenge. This little fresh meat is too powerful, right? The entertainment industry is so involuted now, right? He swallowed and stammered, Zhong Mo, you really memorized all the 50 cards. 50 is pineapple, 49 is Wu Zetian, 48 is electric blanket, 47 is Kenya. Zhong Mo simply said the contents of the 50 cards in reverse, and his pronunciation was clear and fluent, without even a pause in the middle. The whole audience was boiling again, and everyone felt helpless. Why is the gap between him and others bigger than the gap between humans and dogs, even though they both have 2 arms to carry a head? Do you want to go back to the furnace and retrain? You are awesome, I am convinced. Song Hongming couldn't help but smile bitterly, gave a thumbs up, and shook his head repeatedly. In the face of absolute strength, any conspiracy is a paper tiger. Chapter 68 We post, 00s Never drink water. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhong Mo, you impressed me again, I was shocked. As soon as Zhong Mo and Bai Lu walked off the stage, Wu Jin and others came to meet them. Wu Jin gently hit his chest and exclaimed, memory is too important for an artist. How can you shoot a movie if you can't remember the lines? Do you think every director allows you to say 1234 and then dub it later? Zhang Yuqi looked at Zhong Mo with her beautiful eyes, and praised him. Zhong Mo, Sister Mimi has hidden you too deep, right? You are strong, physically strong, and have a sense of justice. You have domesticated wild boars, and now you have such a good memory. This is simply a gift from God. I can now be 100% sure that the third male in my friend's movie must be you. As a professional actor, she really hates those young actors who don't remember their lines, cut out pictures, and have expressionless faces. She thinks that those people have lowered the level of the entertainment industry. If you can't even remember the lines, what kind of actor and what kind of movie can you shoot? Sister Yuqi, I will do my best to get this role. Zhong Mo answered very modestly. In fact, whether an actor can get a certain role is sometimes very mysterious. Everyone thinks you are very suitable, but the director thinks you are not suitable. What can you do? Seeing that Zhong Mo always performs so well, he is still humble and not proud at all. The other people have a better impression of him, and many praises come out without money. Zhong Mo, you must have a hoarse voice when answering those questions just now. Drink some water and moisten your throat. Suddenly, Zhao Jingmai bought a bottle of mineral water from somewhere and stuffed it into Zhong Mo's hand. Zhong Mo looked at the bottle of mineral water, and then looked at Bai Lu with a dark face next to him, and the others with ant smiles, and suddenly felt that the bottle of mineral water seemed to weigh thousands of pounds, which made him feel uneasy. He knew Zhao Jingmai was kind, but there were 9 people here. Is it appropriate for you to only give me one person? Isn't this a case of trying to cover up one's own faults? Aren't you afraid that all kinds of rumors will spread among the fans? Oh, I just answered so many questions and I'm thirsty. Why didn't anyone buy me some water? He deliberately made a face, and then angrily said to Zhong Mo, I've decided that I will never stand with you in the future. I used to be the most handsome man in the entertainment industry, but now compared to you, I'm still a little bit behind. Deng Chao widened his eyes and stammered, you, what did you say? The most handsome man in the entertainment industry? Isn't he the most shameless in the entertainment industry? And compared to Zhong Mo, you're not just a little bit behind, but a little bit behind. Wu Jin also followed. They started to make a noise. Do you think there is still room for reason? Wu Jin, was also very handsome and a young boy. Every time I was filming outside or participating in a show, many actresses and female fans cheered for me desperately, saying Wu Jin, you are so handsome, Wu Jin, you are so great, and they stuffed all kinds of snacks into my arms. But now, I have been here for several hours. Let alone snacks and mineral water, look at them, they don't even look at me, only Zhong Mo in their eyes. Feel my heart, isn't it cold? That everyone was amused by his jokes. Zhang Yuqi gently hit Wu Jin's chest a few times, deliberately teasing, Wu Jin, you still have the nerve to say that? You said strength, memory, cooking skills, and appearance, which of you can surpass Zhong Mo? That Wu Jin deliberately frowned and thought for a while, shook his head and said, I am older than him and more mature than him, is this okay? Haha. Everyone laughed again. Baby and Zhou Mandy also looked at Zhong Mo with their eyes rolling around, and laughed. Zhong Mo is not only handsome, but also excellent in many aspects. It is not surprising that he attracts girls. I just don't know if he is in the mood for love now. That Wu Jin and the others are all veterans in the entertainment industry, so how could they not know that Zhao Jingmai's behavior just now was very dangerous? If it is caught by some bad media, and some false news such as Zhao Jingmai has a crush on Zhong Mo's harem is in turmoil again. Zhao Jingmai fell in love with Zhong Mo at first sight. Who is Zhong Mo? Why can Zhao Jingmai fall in love with her? Etc. will have a great impact on the future careers of the two. Many fans like single stars, not married uncles and aunts, so many entertainment companies prohibit their artists from dating, let alone getting married. So they simply took advantage of the situation and changed Zhao Jingmai's love for Zhong Mo into Zhong Mo being young and handsome, excellent in all aspects, and liked by many girls. In this way, the impact of the whole thing will be minimized. Zhong Mo didn't expect that everyone would help him in this way, and he silently remembered it in his heart, who said there are no good people in the entertainment park. When you are vicious and calculating others everywhere, in your eyes, the whole world is a bad person. But when you treat others sincerely, everyone will be sincere to you. He blinked at Baby and Zhou Mandy, and deliberately teased, if it is a big beauty like Baby and Mandy, I definitely want to have a passionate love affair, but... Just what? That everyone looked at him curiously. It's just that I'm just starting out now, and I don't have much money. Not to mention the money for buying a house and the betrothal gift, I don't even have money for dating. I can't borrow money from Sister Mimi every time I go out, right? So I can only make money first, and then date. If any beautiful woman wants to date me, she can register for an appointment first. When I save enough money, we will embark on a love journey immediately. Zhong Mo deliberately put on a pitiful look, which was really funny. Ha ha ha. Everyone was amused by his weird answer again, but everyone secretly admired Zhong Mo's quick response. Zhao Jingmai then realized how dangerous her behavior was just now. She only thought about claiming sovereignty, but forgot that there were several cameras around her broadcasting live. Zhong Mo, that, I. Zhao Jingmai's face was slightly red, and she didn't know what to say for a while. My, do you know? I was born in the 2000s, Zhong Mo deliberately sighed and said faintly. Zhao Jingmai blinked, feeling that his brain was not enough. I gave you a bottle of water. What does it have to do with you being a post-00s? You are clearly mocking me for being mature and not like a post-00s. Have you ever seen a post-00s drink water? We only drink beverages because we are mortal enemies with water. Zhong Mo waved his fist exaggeratedly, and then stuffed the bottle of mineral water to Wu Jin. Brother Wu, my actually looks down on us post-00s. Can you help me get this bottle of water? That Wu Jin took the bottle of water and said happily, Zhong Mo, I feel that you are implying me, but I have no evidence. That Wu Jin is the oldest among the few people, and this bottle of water should belong to him. Wu Jin was busy for a long time just now, and he happened to be thirsty. He immediately unscrewed the bottle stopper, tilted his neck, and drank it wildly. It was so refreshing. Oh, I actually forgot that there were some fruits in the car. I brought them over to share with everyone. Zhong Mo slapped his head and shouted loudly. Puff! That Wu Jin spurted out all the water in one mouthful. He stared at Zhong Mo with his eyes wide open, and said with a smile, Zhong Mo, you did it on purpose, you definitely did it on purpose. Chapter 69, Openly Showing Off Wealth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Live broadcast room. Here, Zhao Jingmai took the initiative to buy water for brother Zhong. Why does this feel wrong? Is the Rai CP about to appear and the black and white CP about to retire? What Rai CP? I am a black and white CP party, Lu Bao, you must fight for your reputation, don't let my snatch brother Zhong away. What kind of black and white CP and Rai CP? I just gave you a bottle of water, and you can imagine a palace fighting house fighting drama with more than 40 episodes. Your imagination is too rich, right? Actually, what Wu Jingij said is right. As handsome as brother Zhong, and such an outstanding young man, what girl wouldn't be moved by seeing him? Look at sister Yuchi, baby, Mandy, why don't you look at Zhong? My eyes are gleaming, I just want to stick to it. I like this person differently than that person, it's because you think too dirty. Actually, I'm more handsome than brother Zhong. Why don't any girls like me? Upstairs, are you pretending to be so embarrassed? Are you able to say such shameless things? Why is brother Zhong so popular with girls? He is jealous, envious, and collapsed. With the help of Wu Jin and the others, many water friends did not pay attention to the small matter of Zhao Jingmai delivering water. However, thinking about the 5 female celebrities at the scene surrounding Zhong Mo, they still felt sour in their hearts. The 5-fingered girl in front of me no longer smells good, director's room. Song Min secretly wiped the cold sweat from her forehead and said with lingering fear, I thought only Zhong Mo was worried, but I didn't expect that Zhao Jingmai was worried too. What is she going to do? Is she going to officially announce her relationship with Zhong Mo? How come Zhong Mo's charm is so great? Zhao Kuang also frowned, shook his head and said, Director Song, do you think Zhao Jingmai is possessed? I heard that she has been in the industry for many years and has never had any scandals or relationships. Why did she just meet Zhong Mo? Just get stuck in it? You ask me. Who am I asking? Haven't you heard? Don't guess what a woman is thinking. Song Min glared at him fiercely and said angrily, on site. Popularity value +2, popularity value +3, popularity value +4. Zhong Mo listened to the system prompts in his mind and raised the corners of his mouth slightly. What is this? The past and present life of a bottle of water? He deliberately raised his hands in a gesture of surrender and said with an apologetic smile, Brother Angkor, I really forgot that there were some fruits in the car just now, and I didn't expect you to drink water so fast. You are worthy of being a kung fu superstar. You are so fast. It's just fast. Wu Jin couldn't help but shook his head and smiled bitterly, you kid can bring us a lot of surprises and surprises every time. Zhong Mo led everyone to the Wuling light and took out all the fruits inside. In fact, on the way here just now, Zhong Mo and Bai Lu were busy dealing with the second senior brother, and then rode the second senior brother to get here. They didn't eat much fruit at all. Everyone looked at the 2 large bags of fruit, 2 watermelons, and a durian placed in the car, which were all messy. Why are you 2 here eating and drinking while everyone is living like a miserable bunch? Although everyone is a celebrity and there is no shortage of all kinds of fruits on weekdays, after all, they are recording a program now. No matter what they buy, they have to be deducted from their own income. And they only made dozens of dollars today, so how can they be willing to buy it? Fruit. This is why Zhao Jingmai only bought Zhong Mo a bottle of water just now. She only earned 50 yuan today. If each person had a bottle of mineral water, that would be a small amount of 20 yuan. I can't stand it anymore, Zhong Mo, why do you have money to buy so many fruits, but we have to eat dirt? My heart is so unbalanced, I want to die with you. Chen He opened his hands, grabbed Zhong Mo's neck, and shook him exaggeratedly. Wu Jin and Deng Chao also rushed in front of Zhong Mo. One held his arms, the other took off his shoes and began to scratch the soles of his feet. Zhong Mo, you have openly shown off your wealth in front of us and have offended the public. How do you want to die? We will make it happen for you. For the sake of variety show effect, the two of them also put on a fierce and jealous look. Haha. Brother Chen, haha. Brother Ong, Brother Chow, haha. I didn't mean it, help, I was wrong, I really know I was wrong, Sister Yuchi, look, baby sister, help me. Zhong Mo knew that the three of them didn't use much force, but they still struggled with their hands cooperatively and screamed. The girls were also amused by the four boys and covered their mouths with laughter. Zhong Mo, who made you such a wealthy person? Even I want to fix you. That's right, we are eating box lunches, but you are eating everywhere and there are so many fruits. Is it fair? Don't be polite to us and scratch the soles of his feet. Oh, no, Zhong Mo screamed like a slaughtered pig. Zhong Mo, you said that I delivered 12 orders a day and earned 48 yuan, but I spent more than 60 yuan on food, and now I still owe the crew 12 yuan. But you and Bai Lu, I want to hang out with you. Chen He ate up a bunch of grapes, took a big bite of the apple, and said sourly. The others also nodded, as if we were sure of you. Look at Zhong Mo and Bai Lu, who eat in the canteen of the Criminal Police Detachment, rest in the dormitory building of the Criminal Police Detachment, and can eat 7 or 8 kinds of fruits in the afternoon. Then look at yourself, eating boxed lunches and living in a shabby house. Why do you feel like you are in exile? Actually, I still want to thank Xiang Dong here. If it weren't for his generosity, I wouldn't be able to treat everyone to fruit. So, I want to say to Xiang Dong, come and challenge me, I'm still waiting to buy fruit. Zhong Mo deliberately got in front of the camera and said exaggeratedly. Zhong Mo, you are so shameless. Everyone burst into laughter. Zhong Mo personally cut 2 watermelons and asked Bai Lu and Zhao Jingmai to share them with everyone. At the same time, he also gave some fruits to the 9 cameramen. This behavior won unanimous praise from everyone. After all, how many stars would take cameramen seriously on weekdays? There are really fewer and fewer young and handsome guys like Zhong Mo who are approachable and have no airs, Zhong Mo said with a look of tears and laughter. Brother Chen, I also want to help you, but you have seen that PD Song added 2 new rules a day to deal with me. What if he knew that you were with me every day, and in anger, he added more harsh rules? Wouldn't I be scolded to death by everyone? That everyone was also at a loss for words when they heard him say this. Today is the first day of the live broadcast of the program. The program team added 2 new rules just because of Zhong Mo. No one dares to guarantee what will happen in the future, and what everyone said just now was just a casual talk to set the atmosphere. After all, they were all invited by the program team at a high price. If they do nothing every day, just follow Zhong Mo and eat and wait for death, isn't this a violation of the contract? Besides, a group of seniors in the entertainment industry follow a newcomer, don't they have no face? After eating the fruit, they returned to the stage, and the remaining 41 groups of contestants also answered the questions one after another. But their luck was very bad. Only 20 groups of contestants passed the level successfully, and the other 11 groups were eliminated. Song Hongming still asked the etiquette lady to give the bonus to the 24 groups of contestants who passed the level successfully, 500 yuan per group. After doing this, Song Hongming showed an excited look on his face, holding the microphone and shouting, everyone present, the next is the 3rd level of our couples pass 5 levels and kill 6 generals. As long as you pass this level, each group can get a reward of 5,000 yuan. What do you think this level is? That is, shooting basketballs. Boom! As soon as he said this, the whole audience boiled again. Chapter 70, Die Early and Be Reborn Early. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is this wrong? The 3rd level is a basketball game. How is this going to happen? In a basketball game, there are 5 people in each team, right? Now there are 2 people in each group. Isn't this just messing around? You can't have 2.5 teams forming a team, right? A game of basketball takes about 40 minutes. If all the players finish the game, it will take 5 or 6 hours. Isn't it already midnight? Many people at the scene were talking a lot, feeling that Song Hongming drank half a kilo of fake wine and started talking nonsense. Deng Chao frowned and took the initiative to ask, Mr. Song, it's not that we think the basketball game is not good, but it seems that it is not suitable regardless of the number of people or the time, right? Song Hongming looked at the confused expressions of everyone in the audience and burst into laughter. Wrong, wrong, you all misunderstood, I was talking about shooting, not a basketball game. Is there any difference? Deng Chao looked at the others, then tilted his head and asked. Of course there is a difference. Song Hongming raised his hands and clapped them hard several times. A dozen strong men immediately walked out from behind the stage, 4 of them pushing a movable basketball stand, 3 in total. There were 6 big men behind him, each holding a basketball basket filled with several basketballs. Song Hongming explained to everyone, actually, this level is very simple. Stand 4 meters away from the basketball stand and shoot 10 goals within 2 minutes. As long as you score 4 goals, you will pass the level. What? Is that so? That everyone was suddenly enlightened when they heard his explanation. If it is just pitching, and each group is 2 minutes, 3 groups each time, the 24 groups of participants will only need to spend less than 20 minutes, but this level of difficulty is even more difficult than the second level. Don't look at it, it's only 4 meters away, even those amateur players who have been trained can only hit 4 or 5 times out of 10 times. Most ordinary people have no training in this area. If they can hit once out of 10 times, it is already very good. I'm afraid there will be more contestants removed this time. Live broadcast room. Damn, this Song Hongming is really imaginative. The challenge is to sit on the other half's back and do 30 push-ups. The first level is a cooking competition, the second level is a memory competition, and the third level is a basketball competition. So awesome. I had received training for 3 or 4 months before. I could barely hit 5 out of 10 times at a distance of 4 meters. For an ordinary person, I think it would be good if I could hit twice. This is simply a scam. It's not like that. Not many people can do it. Please read clearly upstairs. This is a couples pass 5 levels and defeat 6 competition, and this is already the 3rd level. If only one person can pass it, is it still a competition? Don't forget, as long as you pass this level, after completing 1 level, each participating group will receive 5,000 yuan. Let me go, my little one only has a monthly salary of 4,000, which is not as good as 4 balls. I am crying to death. You are talking about the 4-star combinations, which one can successfully pass the test. I don't think Brother Wu Jin has a big problem. After all, he is a martial arts star. Brother Chao often plays basketball with other people, so there is no big problem. As for Brother Zhong, Lu Bao, Chen He and Baby, they can only hope for themselves. Can the glory of black and white CP only stop here? Through the descriptions of several amateur basketball players, countless water friends know that this level is not a hell level, but a ghost level, and they all mourned for 3 minutes of silence for the 2 couples Zhong Mo Bailu and Chen He Baby. After all, no one saw Zhong Mo and Chen He playing basketball, while Bailu and Baby were just playing basketball. Director's room. Zhao Kuang blinked and stammered, Director Song, do you think Zhong Mo can play basketball? Song Min rolled her eyes and hummed, Zhao Kuang, you ask me, who am I asking? Look at Zhong Mo's information. The only advantage written on it is that he is handsome. What's the result? Look at my face. Have you been beaten or swollen? If someone said that Zhong Mo would give birth to a child, I would believe him. Zhao Kuang also smiled bitterly and said, Director Song, although it hurts to be slapped in the face, I still hope he can impress me again this time. Monsters like him no longer belong to the category of human beings. I'm also waiting to see, on sight. Wu Jin and Deng Chao narrowed their eyes and were so happy that they couldn't close their mouths from ear to ear. The 2 of them like sports and often play basketball with others. Although they are mainly for entertainment and physical exercise, the level is not weak. For a shot like this from 4 meters away, although it is not 10 out of 10, it is still not a big problem to make 6 out of 10 shots. This time it's finally my turn to focus on my strengths. However, they still set their sights on Zhong Mo and asked cautiously, "Zhong Mo, how do you like playing basketball?" That the main reason was that Zhong Mo had killed everyone in the past few times and shocked the whole audience, which had left an indelible shadow in their hearts. Without Zhong Mo, they would have become the most beautiful cubs in the whole show. But now everyone only remembers Zhong Mo. I've never played basketball. Zhong Mo thought for a moment and spread his hands with a look of helplessness on his face. Both his predecessor and himself had a natural resistance to sports. He was a laggard in physical education classes at school and didn't even know the basic rules of a basketball game, a complete layman. But he has just learned proficient level shooting skills, and there is no big problem if he shoots casually. I just don't know what the hit rate is. I thought the shooting skill was useless, but I didn't expect it to be used so soon. The system is so powerful. What? You can't play basketball? That Wu Jin and Deng Chao asked in surprise. Are there still young people who don't play basketball now? I like to stay at home and play video games on weekdays. Zhong Mo laughed embarrassedly. Wu Jin and Deng Chao immediately raised their heads, tears streaming down their faces, and clenched their fists tightly. Spicy next door. Finally met someone that Zhong Mo is not good at. God has eyes. Chen He patted his shoulder and comforted him softly. Zhong Mo, I didn't expect that we have similar interests. I also like food and video games. It doesn't matter. At most, I will accompany you to brush it down together. As the saying goes, the sooner you die, the sooner you will be reborn. To celebrate our early escape from the sea of suffering, I will treat you to cold noodles later. That he originally thought that he was the only one who couldn't pass this level, who knew that there was Zhong Mo, and he felt relieved instantly. Even the big devil Zhong Mo can't get through, so it's reasonable for me to play badly, right? Brother Chen, I'm actually quite lucky sometimes. Zhong Mo wanted to tell him the truth, but didn't want to hurt his fragile heart. Who knew that Chen He grabbed his hand and strode toward Song Hongming, shouting, "Mr. Song, the four of us are going to eat cold noodles later, can we shoot first? We will shoot 5 times each, fair and open. No one should look down on anyone." Zhong Mo, Baby, and Bai Lu all had black lines on their faces at the same time, and their mouths twitched a few times. Who looks down on who?